Howdy folks, Kathy Williams-DeVries here, bringing you your 9th music lesson. I'm using the Premier Performance Book 1. So far we've learnt notes from C to B flat and also F sharp. We've learned about key signatures, different note lengths, rests, repeats, first and second time bars. We're now going to work on when and where to breathe. Usually you try to breathe at the end of a phrase, and I'm going to demonstrate that. I'm going to play C Song, which was the last song we did in the last lesson, and we'll work out where to breathe. I'm going to loop it. So a nice big breath at the beginning. I'll just turn that down a bit. Breathe. Got the idea there. Now I really haven't talked about breathing much yet, but one common thing that happens when you first start playing a wind instrument is that you lift your shoulders and take all the air into the upper part of the chest. Yeah, we don't want to do that because your lungs actually finish down here. You're actually wanting the air to go all the way down here. So basically what I was taught was that you have your hands on your tummy with the fingers slightly interlocked, but you breathe into the lower part of the lungs and the fingers separate. So if I just pull that down like this, and you generally take air in through the sides of your mouth like this, and say "ho." Keep your bottom lip on the mouth, please. So, and you'll get a really, really nice big breath. Now, what we've got here with Dance of the Reed Flutes, you're going to want to breathe very, very quickly. We've got crescendos and decrescendos as well, so let's work out where we can breathe. A couple of times. Okay, so you're going to want to breathe probably in about the 7th bar. There, just before that E. And also, let's get our articulation happening. Da, 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 da. And it's long. There's no staccato mark on the piece. Also got the concept of getting loud and soft, and you can practice that by just having a long note. Start soft, give 4 counts to loud, 4 counts soft. So that when you come to a piece like this, but let's go on. Okay, so this is Little Liza Jane. Now we've got a mixture of stuff. We've got MP, which is moderately soft, and we've got Forte, which is loud. Dynamics come in various gradations. Moderately loud is mezzo forte. That's your general sound. Little touch softer than that, mezzo piano, and a touch softer than mezzo piano is piano. Then you have pianissimo PP, even 3 or 4 piece sometimes. Enough mezzo forte, you go to forte, fortissimo, and that's about as loud as you're ever going to need to get. Maybe the odd triple F here and there. So, Little Liza Jane, we've got a little bit of everything. You need to be able to go from B flat to F. Remembering that from the F to go to the B flat, take the finger off the thumb hole. Let's play that through a couple of times. So that from the C, put your first finger of your right hand down. That's B flat. This is a different B flat to this B flat. There's many different B flats. It's called different octaves. You've got the B flat up here, which is the middle line of the stave, and the B flat down there, which is below the stave. So we've got 2 B flats in this piece. Don't go getting them mixed up. Let's have another go. To go 8 bars without breathing. So we've learnt a new note, B flat. We're going to learn another new note as well, as well as the concept of an accidental. An accidental is a note that is not in the key signature, but the composer wants to make it a sharp or a flat. In this case, we're looking at F sharp. Now, we've previously learnt F sharp as being the first finger down, but there's actually another F sharp of the same pitch. It's called an alternate fingering, and I call it the chromatic F sharp. What we do is we play a normal F, and you see these side keys here. Whack on the bottom two, and you've got an F sharp. Much easier. We call it a trill fingering. And it's also important that you don't have your fingers jammed up under there, otherwise you'll never get to the F sharp. We use this alternate chromatic F sharp fingering when we come to and from an F. And I tend to use it in other places because I prefer the sound better. It's slightly more stable sound than the regular F sharp. And it also plays up in the top octave, but we haven't learned any of that stuff yet. We've learned about crescendos. We've now got something that looks like a miniature decrescendo. In fact, it's called an accent. And it is like a miniature decrescendo because you attack the note and die. And we've got a couple of accents in the first and second time bars. Let's play this through. Okay, I'm just going to play it through and then we'll talk. So remember, trill fingering. That's fun, isn't it? So, we want to practice using this fingering as much as possible. Let's play it through again because it's fun. Isn't that fun? That's called the Caribbean chapter. Okay, so what we're doing in the next piece, the Wayfaring Stranger, is that we're dealing with quite large leaps. In this case, we're going from D to A. And again, we want to use that rolling motion that we learned from F sharp to A. And at the end of the piece, there's this funny little word called ritard. Ritard is short for ritardando, or rit for short, meaning that you slow down a little bit. And we have a tempo of andante, which is a moderately slow walking pace. These are all Italian terms that you're going to need to learn in order to be able to play a lot of music. So, D to A. Let's loop it and play it a couple of times. This is Wayfaring Stranger. again. Ritardando, meaning that we slow down. There's also another one called accelerando, which is to accelerate. We haven't gotten to that yet. Okay, now we've got a new note. We've learnt B flat. If you swap the first finger for the second finger on the right hand, you've got a B natural. So this is B natural. Now we're dealing with a slur over a few notes. So the first 4 notes only have the one articulation before the 5th note where you have a staccato. So let's play this for a couple of times. It looks fun. This is a theme from A Midsummer Night's Dream. Finger work there as well. But make sure that you do tongue that E. Make sure that you do hit that E. Okay, now we're adding in a few more notes. We're going down to a low G. So once you've hit the B natural, whack that first finger back down. That's an A. Whack another finger down. And that's a G. Notice that we've got a couple of Gs, a couple of As, and a few Bs. These are the different octaves of the clarinet, and there's several more up a little bit high. Because you know how on a piano, you know, all the notes are there. You know, C, C, D, D. Same on the clarinet. It's just a little bit different because it's not a piano, and it's a little bit different because it's not a flute and recorder in that it doesn't go straight up the octave like the flute and recorder do. So, it's me, oh Lord. Now, we're looking at the key signature. We've got in the key signature an F sharp. Even though there isn't an F in the piece, the key is still in the key of G. That's where it finishes. You can generally tell what key a piece is in by how it finishes. If it finishes on the note or a related chord note. Hope I'm not losing anyone. So, I'll loop this and we'll play it a couple of times. Watch the fingers. We'll leave the lesson there. I don't want to overload you. The next lesson, we'll be dealing with a piece that has B naturals in it and B flats, which I don't want to freak you guys out too much too soon. So we've got lots of interesting little pieces coming up. So that's all from me. Please join me for the 10th lesson. We're really powering through the book, the Premier Performance Book 1. So thanks for listening. Bye for now.